Nuclear power is the new liquid gold. Today I'm here to discuss with you why nuclear energy would be used as a good primary energy source. From cars to cell phones to lights in our homes, energy is a must in everyday life. As the demand for energy increases, it is important to remain vigilant on how energy consumption affects our planet. Through plenty of research, I have come to the conclusion that nuclear power would be a solution to the global crisis that necessitates clean energy. Harnessing nuclear power would allow for more clean and sustainable energy to be produced in a reasonably safe manner. This energy would not only help the planet, but it would also greatly impact the economies of countries worldwide. The most beneficial quality of nuclear power is its ability to be clean and sustainable. According to the journal Energy Prudencia, written in 2019, nuclear power plants produce 14 times less greenhouse gases than fossil fuels. That can be seen in this diagram where it shows clean energy having very few greenhouse gas emissions as compared to coal and natural gas, which are fossil fuels. According to the same journal, in this diagram you can see how nuclear energy emits less greenhouse gases than other conventional power sources. It even produces less possible greenhouse gas emissions than water and wind sources of energy. A small land footprint is also a factor. A typical nuclear energy source it has a 1,000 megawatt facility concentrated in a 1 square mile, whereas most wind and solar farms take tens of thousands of acres, and that racks up money real quick. Now that we have talked about how it can be clean, clean energy cannot move forward without the development of energy or safety protocols. When you hear of nuclear energy, most people automatically think of Chernobyl, which happened in Russia. But according to the Radiation Management Journal, this only happened due to design flaws and staff operation errors. This was also one of the first of its kind. You also think of Fukushima, which happened in Japan just a few years ago. However, this meltdown, according to the Energy Policy revised in 2019, occurred because of an earthquake with a magnitude of 7.0, and then it was hit with a 50-foot tsunami. Those are not common occurrences, but that still begs the question, what if these tragedies do occur? What if these odds do happen? And that's the thing that most people question with nuclear power. However, these tragedies have allowed for people to make multiple safety protocols to stop the problem or help diminish the chances. Safety. After Fukushima, an accident-independent investigation commission was created, which investigates, recommends safety structure, and precautionary measures to help stop these possibilities. Also, according to the Handbook of Small Modular Nuclear Reactors and the Handbook of Generation 4 Nuclear Reactors, SMART protocol was created to eliminate the possibility of loss of coolant accidents, which was basically what happened with Chernobyl. And they also investigate design-based events, which would be how a long-term power outage would affect the core temperature of the plant. And all of these, among many other protocols, have been put into place to help create safety, to help the environment and humans as well. Also, according to the World Nuclear Association, if these events were so common and they were such a threat, why would there be 451 active nuclear operation sites and 60 more being constructed now? It's not that big of a problem. It is very rare, and most countries use this to their advantage because nuclear power is clean. Now that we have talked about the safety, let's get into the economic benefits because that's what the world runs on. Nuclear power has high initial investment, but it pays off with time. It has a high initial investment because the facility needs to be manufactured specifically in mind of the uranium being used, and it also needs qualified employees to be able to work with these materials and know how to use the mechanics within the facilities. But once those high costs are paid, it's relatively cheap year by year for energy production. Now let's compare the costs of energy production. As nuclear energy has gotten more common in the past 10 years, the electricity production costs for nuclear energy has remained fairly stable, which is and very low. Whereas for gas and coal, it's been fairly high and rising over the past 10 years. According to the economics of nuclear power in 2008, in clear cash terms, nuclear energy incurs 1/10 of the price of other fossil fuels. Now let's compare fuel prices. According to that same journal, rising fuel costs greatly impact oil and coal and gas, but not nuclear. If you double the fuel costs of nuclear, the production costs only increase for nuclear by 9%, coal by 33%, and gas by 61%, which is it's good that nuclear is fairly low. Now that we have gone over economic benefits of nuclear power, let's sum it all up. Nuclear power is a risk, but the rewards outweigh those risks. Nuclear power is growing at a substantial rate, and it is clean and sustainable. It also has many safety protocols that only increase by the year. And it is more economic beneficial and sound compared to other energy sources. Nuclear power is not something of fiction. It is the solution we need to meet society's need at a global level for energy, as well as keeping our planet green. Thank you. I'm done. It's over.
You did good. The second
So,
time.
You were under 7 minutes. I had a countdown on my